Good morning, student. Let's start today's class. Okay. Today we are going to study about BJT, Bipolar Junction Transistor. Okay. What is Bipolar Junction Transistor? Now, now, what is bipolar junction? And this bipolar junction transistor also called only transistor, or BJT is also called only transistor. Okay. The bipolar junction transistor is a three-terminal device due to the transistor, okay, trans and resistor, okay, due to that means the process of transfer and resistance is happened in the BJT. Since that it is called transistor, and there is three terminals. Okay, this is a three terminal device, okay, semiconductor device, okay, and have a 2 p-n junction. Okay, that means it have a three terminal and 2 p-n junction at which able to, and this device is able to amplify or magnify the signal. Okay, and it is a current control device. That means this device can be controlled by using a current source, okay, not a voltage source. The three terminal of BJT, they are base, collector and emitter. You see, this is called BJT. This is, and it have 2 p-n junction. This is 1 p-n junction and this is 1 p-n junction. That means when a p-n junction is attached to another suitable semiconductor, that's became a transistor. Okay, and this is have three terminal. This terminal and this terminal and this terminal. This E is called emitter, and B is called base, and C is called collector. And this is the signal. This is the symbol of transistor. Okay, this is the symbol of transistor. This is collector, base, emitter. Always upper part is collector, this is base, okay, and lower part is emitter. And in emitter there is an arrow sign. Okay, this arrow sign represent whether it is NPN transistor or PNP transistor. We will discuss about it. Okay, let's see. Then the construction of the BJT. Okay, the BJT is a semiconductor device that is constructed with three doped semiconductor region, that is base, collector and emitter. Okay, separated by 2 p-n junction. That is here the BJT is constructed in three doped semiconductor region. Okay, and these three semiconductor region is separated by two p-n junction. Okay, this 1 p-n junction and this 1 p-n junction, and the middle section, is very thin layer. This base section is very thin layer. Here the figure is wrong. This base section is very thin layer. That means like this. 1 minute. Like this. This is a big layer. This is also a big layer, and this is a very thin layer. Okay. Now the middle section. Okay. Now the bipolar transistor are manufactured in two types: PNP type and NPN type. Okay. Operation. There are three operation region of BJT. BJT have three operation region. One is active region, one is saturation region, and third one is cutoff region. Okay. What is active region? What happened in active region? Let's see. In active region, the transistor operate as a amplifier. Okay, that means it amplify the power or the amplitude of the input signal and get a amplified or high power input output signal. Okay, and in saturation region it operates as a switch. Okay, that means it can on or it can off as like a switch. Okay, so and this switch is controlled by the collector current. Okay, that previously I told you that this is a current control device, and this device is controlled by collector current. Okay, collector current, and when the saturation is when the saturation region, the device act like a switch. Okay, and the collector current is equal to the saturation current. Okay, next is cutoff region. Okay, the region in which transistor is fully off, and the collector current is zero. We can take output current from our collector. Okay, always we can take output current from our collector or emitter. We can take also output. Here in cutoff region there is no, the transistor is in off state, there is no working function is there. Okay, and now let's see what is type of BJT. Okay, there are two types of BJT. Okay, previously I told you Pnp Bjt and Npn Bjt. Okay, now see what is Pnp Bjt. Okay, in Pnp Bjt the n-type semiconductor is sandwiched between the two p-type semiconductor. That means one n-type semiconductor is sandwiched or is in between the two p-type semiconductor. Okay, and the two p-type semiconductor is emitter, one is collector, and the n-type semiconductor, which is very thin, is called base. Okay, and here is the Pnp transistor symbol. Okay, the arrow is directed inside. Okay, the direction of the arrow is inside. Always remember, in emitter side there is an arrow, and that arrow represent whether the transistor is PNP or NPN. Okay, and if the arrow is inside or going inside, then this is PNP, and if the arrow is going outside, that means like this like this going outside, then this is called NPN transistor. Okay, now see, in PNP transistor the current enters the transistor through the emitter. The current enters through the emitter. Okay, such that the emitter base junction, this is the emitter base junction or emitter base junction, this PN junction is called emitter base junction, is forward bias, and the base and collector junction, this is reverse bias junction, is reverse bias. Okay, that means since this emitter base junction is forward bias, then this E terminal is connected to positive terminal of the battery, and this B is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. Since that, then it is called forward bias, and this is reverse bias. That means in Pnp, for operation we should forward bias the emitter base junction and reverse bias the base collector junction. Okay, now let us discuss what is NPN, bipolar junction transistor. As like as PNP, NPN, the p-type semiconductor is sandwiched between two n-type semiconductor. Okay, one p-type semiconductor is placed in between the two n-type semiconductor, and that two n-type semiconductor represent as emitter and collector respectively, and the p-type semiconductor is represented as a base. Okay, and this is the symbol of pnp npn bjt or transistor, and the arrow direction is always outward in npn. Okay, and arrow direction is always in inward if that is pnp transistor. Okay, and here current enter the emitter emitter current enter the emitter. Base collector is uh, base collector has the sign conversion of positive, while the current that leaves the terminal has the sign conversion of negative. That means here the base and the base collector junction has the sign conversion of positive, while the current that leaves the transistor has the sign conversion of negative. That is, if the current leaves from collector is have negative sign, then the base collector sign changes. Okay, that means the biasing of the base collector junction is changed. Okay, thank you.